A growing emptiness. Entire areas in the Russian town of Vorkuta lie abandoned. Every year, around 2,000 people leave this town in the Arctic. But Natalia Seifu still has a lot to do. She opened a beauty salon here in her hometown 9 years ago. Around a dozen customers come to her every day. She hopes her salon can give them a moment's break from the harsh reality of daily life.
In my opinion, the women in Vorkuta are more beautiful than anywhere else. Not many women on the planet could live in such a harsh northern climate as we do.
She knows all too well how hard life is here. Vorkuta lies north of the Arctic Circle, 180 kilometers from the Arctic Ocean. In the winter, minus 35 degrees Celsius is quite normal. Even in the summer, it can suddenly start snowing. Vorkuta is a monotown. The entire city is dependent on one industry, coal. But the regional government says the deposits will be exhausted by 2037. There are mines all around the city, but only 4 of the original 13 are still in use. Since the Soviet era, more than 60% of the population has left Vorkuta.
There aren't many people left and hardly any jobs. We plan to leave.
You can see how many of the houses are in terrible condition. It's a shame that they're all shut and everything's just going to ruin.
It's sad. Schools and kindergartens are closing.
It's a vicious cycle. Social institutions like schools are being closed because people are moving away. And because they close, even more people leave.
Officials are trying to regulate the number of people leaving, but are struggling to keep up. There are more than 14,000 names on the official waiting list for resettlement to another region. That's almost a third of the remaining residents. The empty apartments in the suburbs have become a problem for the city's government. Entire districts have had to close.
People get relocated and move away. Some apartment buildings only have 2 or 3 families left. But the central heating and sewer systems still have to run for the whole building. So the city is paying for the empty apartments. It's a big problem.
All over Vorkuta, Soviet-era monuments pay homage to the miners. More coal for the motherland, it says here. But the demand for that coal is falling, especially in Europe. Now Russia has a strategy for the Arctic that could offer a glimmer of hope for residents here, even though it's disputed internationally. Russia wants to stop people leaving by investing in infrastructure, particularly for the extraction of natural resources like gas and oil. They've even factored in climate change. The warming of the Arctic could open up new transport routes. Vorkuta could become a dry port, including for coal, with a railway line to the Arctic Ocean. The region is counting on this ambitious project, even though currently it only exists on paper.
Instead of Russia using traditional export routes to the west and south of the country, our northern regions could be linked to the Northern Sea route in the Arctic. We hope that, as a result, we can be connected to the big global logistics networks.
Natalia Seifu is hopeful as well. She's investing in her business. Her beauty salon will move to a new building soon. The renovations are in full swing. But she says she too might turn her back on her hometown one day. Her son is about to graduate. Seifu dreams of buying a salon in Moscow. She says there's no guarantee the government projects in the Arctic will work out.
It's difficult to say anything about the Arctic projects for now because it's all just getting started. But we really want a breath of fresh air here, something new. Then maybe the idea of moving won't be such a burning issue for people anymore.
But most people are no longer willing to wait. Those who can are choosing to leave Vorkuta, rather than betting on a future in the Russian Arctic.